Okay, guys, welcome back. So this is gonna be part two. Should be pretty quick. And I told you I'm gonna be putting this foil on. I'm only gonna be in the first part. I think I only had the colors only polished. This hand I finished it, but then I know you guys want the application for the foil, how I do mine. So I'm just gonna do this one and my thumb. Either one of them has anything on it, and then this one I'm just gonna do the same way I did this hand. So we're just gonna need the foil, this is what the front looks like. It's a paisley print, and this is the back. So that's the type of foil. It's got like a white background. So that's the side that's gonna go down on your nail. The shiny side is the side that's gonna face you. And I'm just gonna use it's like a beige color, or it's not even beige. It's just a neutral color. It's almost white, but not really off-white. I don't know. It's called Between the Seats, Seats by Essie. I want to use that one, and then I'm gonna use this McCart. That's foil glue, and I'm gonna use this base. It's Model Ones. Yeah, it's Model Ones. That's the base coat that I'm gonna use. And then I'm going to use, I'm just using this gel builder only because I want the nail to be thicker. But that doesn't have anything to do with applying the foil. For applying the foil, you just need the base coat, the foil glue, and then obviously to seal it in, some type of top coat. For the top coat, I use the no cleanser needed. This is D&D. And you just put that on the top to seal anything in. And that's what I'm going to use to seal in to seal the foil, so obviously, so it won't come off. First thing you're going to have to do, and obviously a nail lamp to cure it, and I have a LED lamp. So I'm going to use that to cure my nails. The time frame, it usually takes once I I scratch the surface of my nail with a file that's pretty rough. This one doesn't even have a grit number on it, so I don't know. But I usually use 100/180 or whatever. It doesn't matter as long as it scratches the surface of the nail. So that way the base coat has something to absorb into, because you want the base coat to be able to stick. So I'm not sure if it matters which base coat. It shouldn't, but this is the one that I use because this is the one that works for me. And then as far as the foil glue, I'm not sure because I also have the Model Ones foil glue, but it doesn't work right with for some reason, with its own base coat in order for me to stick mine successfully. Just so that you know, because every person that does the foils, it might look like every single time there's a perfect application. There's not always a perfect application for every single time you do a foil. It's just, sometimes it's hit or miss, and you have to just try and start over again. It happens. It really just is something that can happen. And it doesn't have anything to do with whether you're doing it right or wrong. So, but I'm going to show you the whole thing. I also, you don't have to use this, but I do. This is just and mine is it's got all kind of nail polish on it, but it doesn't matter. This is just a glove. This is just to protect from the UV lamp. So I just put that on before I do any type of, any application that needs to be cured. I always put the glove on because otherwise you're curing your whole freaking hands. You don't need to cure your hands. You just need to cure the nails. So I'm just going to do that. Put my glove on. I'm going to scrape up the nail surface. You don't have to go crazy. Just enough to get it scratched up. And it should, well, I have the clear nails on, so it turns white instead of being clear. And that's just indicating that you have, you know, got the surface scratched up enough so that the base coat is going to be able to sink down into there. Same thing with the foil glue. That's what this is called. It's the same thing. They both need to be able to absorb down into the nail so that the foil can attach itself to the nail. Alright, so it seems crazy, like why would you rough up your nail? But you have to create that surface for it to be able to absorb the glue. If you just put it on a smooth nail, it can still work, but it's not gonna be, it won't absorb into it as the way it will if it's scratched. So here it is all, you can see the glue behind it, excuse me. You can see the glue behind it and it looks, but it's not scratchy. I haven't filed it or anything. So I'm just going to scrape this one also. And it seems like I'm going crazy hard. I'm not. I'm just literally, I'm not even moving the file. I'm just moving my nail back and forth. I'm just going to be a little bit careful, not majorly, but just a little bit careful just to make sure I don't file my nail too thin. But I'll take care of that with a builder in a bottle, because then build it back up to where it's a nail that will be strong. So don't, if you have, you know, if you make your nail too thin, just use like a builder gel or something, whatever you use to build your nail. Alright, so I'm just shaping my nail the way I want to, and you don't have to do that part beforehand though. So that's that. It's pretty scratched up. And I just want to make sure the whole, you know, everywhere is scratched up. So that's that. And I just use, you can use anything. I'm just going to use this right now just to clean off any dust. Because that part you want to make sure there's no dust. But, you know, clean it off, wipe it off. You might use a brush. It doesn't matter. Just getting it off, actually. I have this on. This is the face mask. I'm just going to use that just to wipe off any dust. Because you don't want that to be in the, mixed in the base coat. Here's the lamp I'm using. This is mine. I just put LED on it. And that is it. So now I'm just going to apply the base. That's the coat I'm going to use for the color. But, wait. Hold on. Did I mess up? Should I put the color on first? Hold on. I gotta think. So I have the color. Whatever. I'm not even gonna put the color on because it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put the base on because I want to make sure it sinks down. So here's the base. This is what I'm using. The model ones. Let's put this so you guys can see. It's very thin base, not thick. Because otherwise, what's gonna happen? This base isn't gonna dry. It's just gonna get tacky. I'm just gonna put one thin layer. Okay, very thin, extreme, as thin as you can get it. Put it like that. Right? Put that thin layer. If you have to remove any excess, remove any excess. And then that's the pinky. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to my thumbnail. I'm not even gonna dip it back into the bottle because there's enough on here. Very little amount, but there's enough on here for me to use it and keep it thin. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I always just go back over it while it, like, to make sure it's very, very thin. Very important. So that's what I'm going to do. If you have excess, just swipe it back into the bottle. And I will go over this other one to make sure it's very, very thin. That's very important, because if you don't, it's not going to get tacky enough. You're going to leave your finger under, your nails under the lamp probably way too long, because you're going to start getting worried and thinking, oh my god, it's not curing, it's not dry. You don't want it to be dry. You just want it to be tacky. Just very tacky. And, you know, not that anybody can't understand what tacky means, but if you can't, because sometimes, like, in one person's mind, tacky might mean one thing, another person. So tacky is just meaning, like, when you touch it, right, when you touch the surface, it's just, it feels like, kind of like, it kind of feels like, let me try to compare it. I'll put my hand under the lamp, and I'm going to, right now it's on 0. I usually let mine sit under there for about 60 seconds. I'm just putting my hand under there now. So when you tacky would be like, say if you take a piece of like a piece of tape, like the kind of tape that you would use to wrap a gift, right? And then you touch the sticky part, where it's like that. It's kind of like that level of stickiness. Okay. That's pretty much what you want it to be. You don't want your finger to slide, but at the same time, you don't want it. You don't want it to be dry, because then if it's dry, it means that when you go to put this foil glue, right? There's no way for the foil glue, or no place for the foil glue to be absorbed into, or there's nothing for the foil glue to be absorbed into. Because on your scratched nail, you're going to absorb two things. You're going to absorb the base layer, whatever the base coat is, and then you're also going to need to be able to absorb the foil glue. So if you cure the base layer to the point where it's dry, completely dry, there's not going to be anything for the foil glue to be able to absorb into. So you just put your nails under the lamp after you applied the base coat, just until it gets tacky enough, because that tackiness is going to absorb the glue. And then once the glue is cured enough, let me see, hold on one second. That was 90 seconds, so I'm going to put it under a little bit more. Okay. Let me see if you can see the time. Probably not. But it doesn't matter. I'm just going to tell you what the time is. Because if I move it, let me see, hold on. I still can't see it, but that's okay. Just enough. So anyway, like I was saying, you need something for this to absorb into. Okay, so let's see. And then typically you should wait like probably like a minute. So it's 3:15 now. So around 3:16, I'm gonna touch the nails, these two, and see if it's tacky. Because, you know, you give it like a minute or so to see, you know, you want to let it cool off a little bit, because it's underneath a lamp, a heating lamp. So give it a little bit of time for the nail to actually cool down. Alright, so once it cools down, it's still 3:15, so we're going to wait. We don't necessarily have to wait a whole minute or whatever, but I'm just going to wait a whole minute. And it should definitely be just tacky, not dry, not to the point where it's slippery or anything like that, but just where you touch it, it's like kind of, you know, tacky. Okay. Alright, so 3:16. That's definitely tacky. It's not dry. Alright, so we definitely on the thumb. The thumb is still a little bit. Alright, I'm going to stick my thumb under the lamp only, because the pinky is definitely tacky. It's almost dry, so we want to make sure it's not dry all the way, for sure. That's just tacky. So I'm just going to leave this under for like 30 seconds just to see. Because, I don't know, I could have just left my thumbnail out where it wasn't able to be cured enough to the point where it's tacky. Because it felt like a little bit too slippery. Let me see. Sometimes instead of, yeah. I'll put it for a little bit more, just a few more. So I'd say like 30 seconds more. Just because of this nail, it's just acting. Well, it hasn't like gotten to the point where it's tacky. It's still wet. Okay, so I'll take it off for that. What I learned in doing this is that because I used to do it, I used to be in a rush to do it. Okay. Alright, so that's tacky and this is tacky. I wish you could see like my finger, like you can see how my finger kind of lifts off. See, a little bit tacky, but it's not wet. It's not gonna slide off. Okay, so now is when I'm gonna put on the foil glue, right? And I'm using my cart, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put a layer of that. Not thick, not runny, very thin. Because the base coat being tacky, if you put a layer of the foil glue on that's too thick, then it's just going to absorb, it's going to try to absorb all the glue, which is going to be way too much, and that's going to result in you not being able to cure the foil glue coat. Okay, so both the foil glue and the base have to be thin, so that once you put your finger back under the lamp that you're going to apply the foil glue to, then the both of them, the tack level will be perfect in order to lay down the foil glue. Alright. Like I said, it is a it's a hit or miss. Sometimes it's just, once you just get it in your head, like, because I would be in a rush before, I'd be in a, like, I want to hurry up and get the foils laid down, I want to do my set of nails. Trust me, it's not going to be worth it if you're just trying to hurry up and stick it down over a nice coat of whatever you're using. It's not going to be worth it because it's not going to get tacky enough in order for the foil to adhere to. You want something to grab that design off of the paper, off of the foil itself. Okay, something that's going to snatch it and keep it there. And anything that's slippery or it's not cured to the point where it's tacky and not dry, it's not going to be able to hold on to it, you know? Think about it. It's just sticky enough. This seems like it'll work because now look. Let me see if I can show you. Here, I'm going to test the tackiness. Here, I'm going to test the tackiness. And I left that on under the lamp for only like 30 seconds. So I'm just going to figure out which. Just make sure your foil glue is clean, because anything that could be on it, like dust or whatever, could get right on it. So here's the nail. I didn't polish it, and I was going to. I just wanted to give it like a little bit of pop of color. And I want this heart. Right there. You can see it. And whatever else. So this should lay down the heart in that little circle thing. So now people have tools and all kinds of stuff. The only thing I use, I'll take a paper towel because it's dry, and I can feel it better than if I use like a tool. I do have the tools. There's like a little rubber thing, I don't know, that you can use to help. You can use your finger, it doesn't matter. But for me, it helps when I just do it with this. I don't know why. It just makes a better, it gives a better grip. I don't know how else to put it. Alright, so let's just keep pushing it. I'm just taking a dry paper towel. And it's stuck to my finger, like to my fingernail for sure. It's stuck. Like it's not going anywhere. Those two that I wanted, and a part of this. So I got the little green circle, the heart, and then a piece of the whatever you call it, paisley. I don't know, little symbol. Alright, so this is definitely sticking. It's stuck. It's crazy stuck. I'm gonna put the other end just to make sure. I just rub it until I feel like there's no certain amount of time you have to rub it in for. You just want to make sure that you're getting what you want on your nail. So just rub that section, and this sucker is sticking. Alright, so let's see the reveal if we got it to stick. And if not, it's stuck for the most part, but not all the way. So this is all that came off. So, no need to panic, but what I'm going to do is, while this one is still tacky, I'm just going to apply some other paisley. Let me see. It might not be tacky enough though, so what I might end up doing, and like I said, this is not all this person is a pro at doing every single time it works. No, not even for people that have been doing it for any specific length of time. It doesn't matter. It's just something you have to kind of like play around with. So I would just say make sure it's foils that, well, you can't really, because these I really want to use. So if not, we'll do it again. Like, look at that top one came out perfect. The second one didn't. But I noticed when I touched it that this part in the top wasn't as tacky. So it can lose its tack after too long goes by. So I'm gonna just reapply. This is a little bit tacky, but not even close to being as tacky as we need it to be. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna reapply some more glue. Base. I'm gonna apply some more base. And I'm just gonna apply that to the tip and where I want a design at. Foil design. So that's that. And then the same thing for this. I'm just gonna apply it along the side. Part of the tip I missed. Yeah. I'm gonna nuke this. I'm only gonna do this one for like 30 seconds just to see, or 60 seconds at the most. So try 30, take it out, touch, see if it's tacky. If it's not, stick it back in for another like 15 seconds. Take it out. If it's not tacky, if it's tacky, go ahead and use your foil. If it's still not, let it for the full 30 seconds. And then, so that's 30 seconds right there. That's enough for the foil glue. So let's try it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to just apply this. Alright, so I have not generous amount, but not super thin. So let's see what happens with that. I'll put this back under. The other one, the Model 1s, I don't know why. I just can't get this Model 1s to work. And this came with two, and I ordered this. And I was like, whoa, yeah, I got to do lots of oils. I can't get it to work right for some reason. I don't know. But, so I'm staying away from this. I just got something on my finger where it's all tacky feeling on my skin. So I'm going to just get that off with a little bit of alcohol. So my fingers aren't sticky. Okay. I'm sitting here trying to answer. Alright, so, yeah, well, let's try it. It's a little bit more tacky. Let's see what happens. See what happens. And I don't know. I don't like to use my finger for some reason. I like to use the paper. It gives me more of a grip. So I'm going to use that. And let's see. I put that little flower thing, or whatever you want to call it. This pink one right here. That's what's supposed to be on my neck. Oh, you can see it's worked a little bit. So let me see. But sometimes you're not paying attention, or it's not tacking. I mean, you just gotta kind of mess with it. No one's gonna have a perfect. You may have some perfect ones, but then you might have some ones that are like, oh my god, the same exact process. It's not. It's just hit or miss. Yeah, see, look at that. It's just like kind of. And the tackiness is just, I don't know. It's not fair. Let's snatch that bad boy off. I'm gonna try the same thing. Yeah, this one is very sticky. So let's see, maybe if I do that. Let's try it. I'm just gonna put the foil on. Do the whole entire nail. If it doesn't work, it's not a big deal. Just start over. You can just take it off with like nail polish remover, or you can buff it off. Just start over. I'd say 30 seconds. Put the base on. 30 seconds. Take it out. Just wait like a minute. Let it get a little bit tacky. Once it hits the air, put the top coat on. Take it out. Wait a little bit, like a minute, not even, for the tackiness once it hits the air, and then go ahead and apply your foil. And that, it looks better. It's still not fully there. So, do I want to walk around like that? I don't know. Because I don't know if I like it like that. I just wanted to do this video. And I was like, let me just try something that will match with the rainbow. I'm going to try it. Ow. With just my fingernail. As a surface. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Oh. Oh. It really picks it up. Look at the tip. Throw some little, what do you call it? Rhinestones on this bad boy. It just looks different. It looks, like unique. So it still looks good. It just looks like more like an Aztec. I don't know. Try this little section up in here. Let's see if we can get some more pops of color up in there. But if you literally, like serious, like say, you want, I have like the foils that are like, with the names on them. You might want to definitely like practice a couple times first, like on your fake nails, like on your little nail stand thing that you can glue. I don't think this is 10. Let me try. Okay, I'm gonna try it with the 30 seconds. All right, so the very tip, right? It's not really. So let's do this. Let's put on the very tip. Normal layer. Not thick, but just, I'm not even going to dry the brush off. Stick it under. We're going to do 30 seconds. More Mississippi 5, Mississippi, Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so take it out. That's 30 seconds. It has to be able to get tacky, so take it out of the lamp, let it dry for a few seconds, minute, blow on it, whatever. It's not really, no, I'm going to try the foil gel right on top of there. Okay. Let's try it again. And I'll do it again. The next time I'm going to do like some foils. I don't really use foils, but I'm going to show you something that I did with some of the other foils. And I used super glue. That's literally what I used because I couldn't get this to stick. It can be the type of foil too that you're using. It varies with the types of foils, all kinds of crap. Alright, so I just took out 30 seconds. I'm going to go get those other nails. I haven't worn them, but I just was trying them out. I was trying to experiment with different ways to get them to adhere to the nail. And what I did is I did the super glue. I just put a layer of it on, let it dry for a couple. It takes a little bit longer if you're not sticking something directly to it. Why are my eyes that big? But it did work way better. I don't know. It worked really good. Alright, so this is the same foil. This is the nail I'm trying to get the tip, right? So let's do this whatever star looking thing. I'm just gonna use my finger this time to see what happens. I typically don't use my finger to get the design onto my nail. And the other thing I'm gonna show you. Some people use this little tool. I'm gonna try to get it. Hold on. Alright, is this thing right here. So they just rub it up and down. Maybe it does work, but I'm gonna do it with this. I don't know. I've done it so many times. It does seem to be sticking a lot better though with this thing. I haven't tried this method like in a long time. I think I did that in the very beginning. So I'm gonna use this. I just wanna see. I don't know. I'm so used to it. I just wanna like reinforce it with this. Let's see what happens now. Let's rip it off. Oh, okay, that definitely hold it. See? So that's that. But these are the ones. I'm gonna show you the ones that I did. Hopefully you can see it. With, let me see if I can see it against something. Yep, I won't be able to see with that. No, you won't be able to see it with that. Let me see if you can see it with this. Okay, that's not cute. I don't have anything to. Let's see if we can see it. I did that with super glue. Some flowers, and then this one. Where's the other one at? I also did this with super glue. That's the Versace thing. Whole thing came right off. And I'm gonna try it while I have you guys on, so you understand. That's what I really did. So the nail's clean, right? Same thing. There's a whole different nail. Clear, clean. I haven't buffed it out, so I'm just gonna buff it. Okay, I'm gonna buff it. Buff both of them. It's a little bit more pain in the butt to me because if the nail isn't stuck down to the little nail, what do you call this thing? Oh, whatever, the nail thing. This little piece right here, if it's not stuck down to that good enough, it'll fall out. I don't really like using these things. Because sometimes, like, liquid, it's probably just a user error. Because I try to rush during doing applications like this sometimes. And I don't think, like, in my mind, like, okay, you gotta be careful. Take your time. I don't do that. It's a personal problem. So if you can take your time and not rush, try to get it done too quick, you should probably have no issues. But I'm very, like, when it comes to certain things, especially when it comes to nails, I just want to get it done. But then think about it, if you're not taking your time and it doesn't work, that's probably why. I have to grasp the concept in my head. This is what I'm going to do. This is a tiny nail, like a little pinky nail. I'm going to do the same thing. Just rough the surface up. This emery board. Nail file. Emery board? I haven't even heard that word. I use it all the time. Emery board. With the nail file. And alright, so that's that, right? Wipe that dust off. See, this one already moved. That's why I don't like using these things. But just wipe the dust off. It's just dust. And then I'm gonna take the Model 1's base, right? The Model 1's base. I'm just gonna apply a normal layer. I don't want it to be too thick, but alright, so you can see it now. You don't see the white from when I did the file. So I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna pop both of them under the lamp at the same time. This one you can see is white. And now I'm gonna do the base coat. And you'll see it start to turn clear. Because it's got that base. Now it's all absorbed up into the nail. Okay? And then we'll pop these up. Oh, I gotta get my lamp back over here. Let's make sure I stop putting on my nail. Okay. So now I was trying to arrange it. You guys can see the time. I don't know if you can see the time, but I'm gonna put it. Well, no. So both of those nails underneath there. Okay, so that is 30 seconds, and that is just for the... Now, we're going to take the foil glue, right, and just put a thin layer of that. Another question is it going to cross-contaminate? I haven't had any issues with it, so I can't say, but if you want to clean your brush off when you dip or when you go to put it on the, put the nail glue on it, you might want to clean the base. Or clean the, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm saying. Alright, so I'm going to put this under 30 seconds. Alright, hold on. The thing is moving. And it's because I don't have, okay, there we go. I'm just doing it so that way you guys can see it. And then plus the, I don't know. No clue what I was going to say. We'll wait till 30 seconds. Touch it. See if it's tacky enough. If it is tacky enough, then we can apply the foil. If it's not, we'll stick it back under. Alright, so that's 30 seconds. Let's see. See, I think it's too slippery. Let me see the other one. It's way too slippery. It's not going to stick. It's going to slide. So I've done that before. So I'm just going to put it back in. I've done that before where I'm like, okay, I followed the instructions. I put it underneath there for the seconds that are specified to put it underneath there for. But it turns out that wasn't the right amount of seconds. So it literally slid right off the nail. And I was like, obviously, you can't expect it to stick, but I did this instructions. All right, it's almost 30 seconds. There we go. Let's see if it's made it any more tacky. That's definitely more tacky. But I still feel like it's too tacky. Oh, look, it's sticking to my finger. Uh-oh, hopefully it gets on there. I feel like that's too tacky. So let's try another 15 seconds. Let's just try 15 seconds to see what happens. And then, so that was 30 and 30. 60 seconds. And then we're going to add another 15. Alright, and see what happens. Alright, that's 15 seconds. So let's see how tacky it feels now. Way better. Alright, we're going to put, what was I going to put? Oh, same foil. Okay, I'm going to use the same foil. And first, let me do the bigger one. Oh yeah, it's definitely tacky. This, I think, is going to lay perfectly down. Okay, and the thing is, I'm going to use this little tool. Yep, dropped it, flipped over and all that out of my hand. The thing is, because it's not your nail, so you can't actually like hold it really good. I don't know, that's why I hate doing them on these things. But some people master it, like they get it down packed. This isn't a full, like each little design on here isn't full, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, I gotta do this with a paper towel. I can't, it's too unstable for me to do it with that thing. If it's not on your own, if it's on your own finger, it'll probably work great. But for me to do it on that thing, I don't know. I just can't do it. Alright, let's see. Some of it came off, see? Get some of the design. Let's try it with this little bad boy. Alright, I'm gonna try to do one specific design. And then it's gonna pick up, so it should pick up this whole pink piece and then part of this little yellow flower. That's what's on the nail. It should pick up both of those. Now, this one I have a better grip of. Let's try it. Just rubbing this thing back and forth over the nail, over the foil that's on the nail. There's another one like this. I forgot the shape of it, but it's just a silicone tool. Like, let's do it. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, basically like flicking it or just rubbing it up again. So let's do it. Alright. Now we'll do a paper towel. That's my method. You get so much more grip. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, with using this paper towel, it's so much more. So remember, we're trying to get this pink little paisley and then a piece of this star, this yellow star, onto the nail. So that's all that fits. So that's another thing. Be mindful of the size of the design that you're trying to place on the nail, and make sure that's going to cover the part that you want transferred onto the nail. That makes any sense. Okay. Look at the nail. Look at this. Look at that. Alright, the reveal. Boom. So that's the method that worked. We took both of those right on there. I was going to try the super glue method. Didn't even need to. Boom. Those are there. Okay. There's one little piece on the top. It didn't transfer. So you can find the design. If you remember where it's at. Which I have no clue. But you can go back on there and place it back on there if you want. Like, just leave it for a little, like a little rhinestone or something on the top. I'm just gonna know what the hell you were trying to do. They're just gonna know it looks dope. You know? So that's that. Alright, so those tips are the tips I have. The one that we just did last Perfect. And then we can just top coat it. Whatever. I'm not going to top coat it because I'm not wearing this. So it doesn't matter to me. But this is how this one came out. Still came out cool. Still looks good. And then this one, I mean, this one just looked like, I don't know what the heck that looks like. But this one definitely you can see there's a little paisley type of design on there. But that's just me evaluating and looking at like, do I want to rock it like this? Alright, let me take the glove off my hand. Or do I want to actually polish? I don't know. I don't feel like doing all that right now. It definitely looks, it definitely came out pretty good, right? And so if it, hopefully it helped you like get a better idea of how to apply those things. Let's see. So, and if, you know, if that one isn't helpful enough, just let me know. So I can do another one. I'll try doing a whole entire fresh set of nails. So that way we can try out. You gotta do the base coat. First, scratchy nail, right? Roughed up nail. Then the base coat. Make roughed up nail. Brush it off, wipe it off, whatever you want to do. All the dust, any dust from like scratching up the nail. Then do your base coat. Put the base coat. Put the nail or whatever in the lamp. Try 30 seconds first. Pull it back out. Let it, you know, blow air on it, or just, you know, let it cool down for a couple seconds, and then don't do the whole minute. Don't let it cool down for a whole minute, because I was thinking like a whole minute. No, that's too long. All right, so just let it cool off for a few seconds, and then apply the nail glue, the foil glue, on top of that. Put it back in. Let that sucker stay in there for about 30 seconds. I probably messed the whole thing. It's probably worse. You're probably worse off than you were before I started the thing on video. But it's really good intentions. Okay, I'm tired. Finished freaking working, and I'm tired. All right, so maybe I have to do another one. Just try it out like that. Right? Get your thing out, nail file, scratch it. Okay. Throw on some base coat. You don't have to go too thin, because I like went extremely thin. Okay. But I found that when I did the other ones, I didn't go extremely thin with it. So I would say just literally take it out the thing, right? You got this in your bottle. Take it out. You see all the dripping right there? Don't let it drip. You don't want it to drip. Just give it a little, you know, just a little wipe off the little side, and then use the other side. If that's drippy drip, just wipe it off a little bit. Okay? Probably can't see how much is on here, but it's not dripping. So then put it on your nail. Pop that bad boy under the lamp. Give it like 30 seconds. Take it out. Blow it down a little bit for a couple seconds. Or just let it cool. Shake your hand, whatever. That will allow it to get tacky, right? And then take the foil glue. Put it right over top of that base, that tacky base. And then stick it under the lamp. I'm tired. I'm so tired. Stick it under the lamp for a few seconds. And then stick it on the lamp for a few seconds. For like 30 seconds. Pull it out. Touch, blow on a little bit. See if it's tacky. If it's tacky, take your foil out. If it's not tacky, just try like a couple seconds. Like give it a couple seconds more. And see if it'll pop out for you. Hopefully that was all this time. At least let me get a light for just making it. Just to try to, get it up in here. And try to actually do the demonstration. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to do another, I might do another one. It's just, I only like to do it if, I'm going to do my own nails or full set or whatever. Because it's too difficult for me to do on these things. Because I'm pretty, I'm dropping that stuff all over the place. Shit spilling all out the bottle. Alright, let's do it like this. So close your bottles up. Because I just almost killed my nails. Alright, so, how do you almost kill your nails? I don't know. No clue. But this is that. And then I'll put this on top. If your nail is not, fully done. I'm not even gonna do no kind of edits or nothing, because what's the point? Mistakes are made. And so, it is what it is. But this is okay, it's cool. I don't know if I want to rock it out. Should I rock it like that? Or should I just polish them? Let me see. Along with these. Does that look kind of stupid? I don't know. Tell me what you think. Does it look dumb? Would you rock it like that? Or just go ahead and do the rest of your nails? At this point, I don't know. Do I have any appointments coming up where I'm going to look stupid? Like, what happened to your nails? Like, the other ones are looking good, and this one is looking... I don't know. I might change it, might not. But anyway, that's that. Alright, let me know if this helps. If it doesn't, I'll do another one. We'll go step by step. Full nail application. Okay. Here's the foils afterwards. Okay, so you can see where the images came off. How there's no images anymore. And these are the fake. Well, these are fake too, but these are nails that I used to do the little demo. Let's see how they transferred. That blue stuff on there is that tacky stuff that you use to stick down the nail to the little whatever this thing is. Okay. So, and if you want to try the super glue method, leave it down there. Because if you do, I will definitely try the super glue method. Which has to be tweaked too. But for some reason, the super glue method, especially with these, the foil has a different background though with these. This is literally like, this one is clear, right? There's no, you know, like you see your finger behind it. The foil for this, what's this called? Versace one. The background is not, it's not clear. It's kind of like a solid color or white or I don't know what it is, but you can definitely, it's different. I don't know if that's played a part in it or whatever, but this sucker came out really, like, it came out perfect all over the whole nail. Like, there was no missing pieces, no nothing. I had to reapply, nothing. You can see it's all one solid piece. It's one solid